لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سوى لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين سيدنا ونبينا محمد بن عبد الله الصادق الأمين، ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله سيد الأنبياء وخاتم المرسلين. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, our beloved viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and ahlan wa sahlan, welcome to our program. Let me begin my program with our dua to Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. May Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala make it easy for those who are in financial difficulties. May Allah grant the ummah rizq halal, tayyib, mubarakam fee. May Allah grant the ummah barakah on their rizq. May Allah make it easy for us to live halal, to eat halal, and to do halal so that we can get Jannatul Firdaus inshallah. Brothers and sisters in Islam, once again we say shukran jazilan. Let me begin my program with congratulations and say Mubarak and Mabruk for those who get married this week, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him happiness and happy life, especially Sister Fadila and Brother Hashim from Johannesburg. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fill your life with khair and barakah and bring the muhabba amongst the couples inshallah, and may Allah cool the eyes of the parents with the children and grandchildren, and may Allah reward each and every parent who made it easy for his daughter to get married and to get those who come together for the sake of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala and to live together for the sake of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Brothers and sisters in Islam, one issue and one matter in our life, we have to remind you and remind ourselves about it. Al-Yawm al-Akhir, the day of Qiyamah. We know that dunya is the main subject of Deen al-Islam. And Qiyamah is the result of that subject. So the Qiyamah, when the people resurrect from the grave or the people died, they call it Qiyamah. Man mata faqad qamat qiyamatuh. Whosoever died, his Qiyamah start. We know the grave either is a part of Jahannam, may Allah save us, and Rawda min Riyad al-Jannah, or a portion on a garden of the gardens of Jannah. This issue of the Day of Judgment or life after death is the main belief of the Muslim. And our hope and our waiting time to meet Allah and to meet other on that court, on that appointed time which Allah make it, is called the Day of Qiyamah, or the Day of Justice, or the day which everyone will get his haqq and everyone will pay what he owes. Issue of life after death, the big debate amongst the philosophers, the thinker, the people who study, and the philosopher and the thinker and all that, they wrote books about it. When we said as a Muslim, we follow the information of Allah, آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر. And we believe, and there is no negotiation, there is no doubt about Yawm al-Qiyamah. Without Yawm al-Qiyamah, this dunya has no value at all. So you find some people now, because of the media and social media and that communication between you or your son and the teenagers and young boys on the internet, they got too much debate, too much argument about the Day of Qiyamah. Some people deny the Day of Qiyamah, the Day of Judgment. Some people ignore it. It's not their priority. This is not a main topic for their life. Some people, they make tasweef and they raise a false hope about Day of Qiyamah. And we, with our full respect to all the religion, some religion of this world now, they make it as a joke or as an easy day on the Day of Qiyamah, and that there is no court at all. We Muslims believe that amongst the justice of Allah and the system of Allah, that we have to write the exam and we have to see the result and we have to come to the justice system of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala in the Day of Qiyamah. We agree that we are dying because we're watching it every day. Our parents, our friends, our classmates, our neighbors, Muslim, non-Muslim, children, old, educated, animals, plant. There is life and death every day. Life and death every day. Inside your body, there is cells, millions of cells died and born again. So it's we see it, and we do believe on that fact and that issue. When we talk about the belief on the day of Qiyamah, we talk about dunya, the result or the outcome of this life here. So those who been oppressed, those who did not achieve anything in dunya, not too late, there is a day of compensation, there is a day of payment, it's called the day of Qiyamah. If you deny the day of Qiyamah, the day of judgment, so you already dropped the value of human being and mankind and made him worse than the plant and the tree or the cockroach or that animal. You want that master of this world, the Khalifah of Allah, the best creation of Allah, the controller of this earth, to die like the tree dies, no end. If our life like that, so it doesn't deserve that pain or that prayer or that worshipping. We have to believe on Qiyamah, and we have to understand that part of life, there is death. And Nabi Muhammad ﷺ gave so many hadith, and Al-Quran Al-Kareem spoke about the day of Qiyamah. You got surah, Al-Quran is called Surah Al-Qiyamah, and you got so many surah describing the day of Qiyamah. And Yawm al-Akhir, the last day, Man amana billahi wal Yawm al-Akhir, and Iman itself, most of it is about that side. Must be the day of Qiyamah to receive or to pay. So there must be exam. You can't study forever. You can't just work without every business or every person, they call it financial year or the end of the session or the term, they sit together and they work out something. So Yawm al-Qiyamah, it's linked with Allah directly. Because here we use asbab, we use means, there's some means to make it. But this one is belong to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. So you got name of the day of Qiyamah, you call it as-Sa'a, you got al-Akhirah, Yawmuddin, Yawmuddain, on the day of dead, the death. Yawm al-Hisab, Yawm al-Talaq, the day of meeting, Yawm al-Ba'th, Yawm al-Jam', the day of gathering, Yawm al-Khulud, the day of ever living, and then Yawm al-Khuruj, the people are going out of the grave, resurrection, Yawm al-Hasrah, the day of regret and sorrow, Yawm al-Tanad, the day of calling one another for the justice of Allah, Yawm al-Tammah, that tsunami of the people, and we're going to wave the people and we're going to take the people to the justice of Allah by force. And al-Sakha, al-Haqqa, al-Waqi'a, al-Taghabun. If you look at each and every name of that, is a very scary name. It's very scary. It's not a lovely name, and it has a very dangerous meaning. So they call it, that is the day of Qiyam. Now, why we are saying that? Because Allah wants to remind the Muslim or the believer, you're not alone. And your effort and your juhud, your sacrifice will never go astray, is recorded, counted, put in consideration. I will compensate you. If you don't get it in dunya, you'll get it in akhirah. Also for the zalim, the oppressor, you are not alone. There is a controller, there is a mighty power. It's called Allah. On the day of Qiyamah, you are going to it. And also a message for the Muslim, there is a court. If the dunya here got a corrupted court, or some corruption in court, but the court of Allah has no corruption, because Allah is a witness, Allah is a prosecutor, Allah is the judge. We call him ad-Dayyan. Dayyan, it means everything is in the hand of him. Salihin, they scared of the day of Qiyamah. Anbiya, they were worried about the day of Qiyamah and concerned. Every one of us, we're thinking too much about the day of Qiyamah. What about if it's turned wrong? You can't rely and say the exam is going to be easy, and then what about if the exam getting hard? Who's going to help you? And there's no repeat. There's no repeat or rewriting. Mushrikeen, some of the disbeliever, they deny it at all. They don't want to write exam. They say there's no exam at all. And as I told you, is a part of justice of Allah, part of the school activities, there is exam, must be exam. Now, some of the people of the book, they corrupted the belief of the people regarding the day of Qiyamah. So we'll find some of the other, with my full respect to the other faith, they say, no, it's going to be very easy, no punishment. All the children will pass in the exam. You say, no, that is corrupted school. The one who study all year must get full mark, and the one who never go to school also get full mark. That is unfair, that is corrupted system. So they run away from the fact of Day of Qiyamah because they don't want to meet. They don't want to meet Allah. Like someone don't want to make a blood test because he's scared that you're going to find HIV and AIDS positive. You say, no, my friend, test or don't test is there. So go and test so that maybe we can find a solution and some shifa. Right. It's some people made the Day of Qiyamah as a main issue. No, it's a result. The main issue in the religion of Islam, how to pass this day and how to win the case on the Day of Judgment. That is the main thing. If you're wise, if you have a common sense, so instead of talking about the Day of Qiyamah too much, tell me how I'm going to pass that day and what subject and how I'm going to prepare myself for the Day of Qiyamah. One man came to Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, told him, "Mata as-sa'a? When is the day? When is the hour?" Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "وَمَاذَا أَعْدَدْتَ لَهَا?" And what did you prepare for it? You ask me about the time, I ask you about the deeds and action. So now if you ask me when is the Day of Judgment, I'm going to ask you exactly like Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, are you ready for it or not? Instead of waiting for the exam, do something for the day of exam. Short break, we'll continue after the break. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة العالمين سيدنا ونبينا محمد بن عبد الله الصادق الأمين. Brothers and sisters in Islam, welcome back to our program, and once again we say shukran that you're tuning to our program. We ask Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, may Allah grant us safety on the Day of Qiyamah, may Allah make it easy for us to work for the Day of Qiyamah and prepare ourselves for that moment which all of us, we're going to meet and we're going to face that exam. If you like it or not, you will be on that day. وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. You are going to that day. There is no way to avoid it. Tell Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, make it easy for you and grant you Jannatan bighayri hisab, and Jannah with no hisab and reckoning at all. Before the break, I was talking about that man. I was telling Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when is the Day of Judgment? Because many people, they were 2000, they were also making noise about the Day of Judgment. People sold their properties and they say, well, the problem is not when is the Day of Judgment. Are you ready for that day or not? Is it Day of Judgment? Yes, Muslims believe that there is court case must be opened on the Day of Judgment for each and every one from amongst jinn and human being. It's justice of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. So, ماذا أعددت لها? What did you prepare for it? So now, when we talk about the Day of Judgment, we talk about our daily basis and daily action now. What are you doing for that day? Is going to decide. You decide it every day. فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ anyone who done an atom of good, you will see it, and that it's called the system of Allah or the justice of Allah. يوم القيامة or يوم الآخر, the last day, the time is different, the period of the time is different, the days are different, the action are different. Your nature, your type of life is also different. So don't count that day like our days now. That human body is being created for dunya. You need to wear clothes, you need to be hungry, and then you sleep and you wake. But that time, you are makhluq qiyamah. You're being created for the Day of Qiyamah. You have to get a body. It suits the fire of Jahannam. May Allah save us. It suits the Jannah. So you got different nature. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ala kulli shayin qadir, has power upon everything. One day has a 50,000 years of these days. Why? Because the day is getting long or short according to the activities. So sometimes you spend a very happy time, the day goes fast. So now it says like 1 hour. And sometimes when you have a terrible day or some difficulties, too long, especially night, for the sick person, for the prisoners, for the people who are waiting for their beloved one, that night sound very long and difficult for them. Right. Why do people don't like to talk about the day of judgment and all? Because we are running away from responsibility. Stop talking about the exam. You remind me about the disgraceful moment. So let's enjoy. You say, no, my friend, we talk about the day of judgment so that you can get ready. So the teacher speaks about exam so that you go home and you study. You make sometimes a mock exam, you do the past paper, you do this. You try to prepare yourself for the day of Qiyam. Then, many people, they say, how come? We say, that is not a question. That question from the time of Adam, how come the people are going to be resurrected on the grave? My friend, to create from something is there, it's so easy than to create from nothing. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala created from Adam, from nothing. So at least you have Ish, He can restart you from that start or that beginner. Brothers and sisters in Islam, when we talk about day of Ba'ath, we were in a smaller place than the grave, the backbones of our father. So we were a Simmons or that drop of water in the back of your father. So don't say the grave is too small because you were in a smaller in a place like that. And then Hashr. Hashr, the word Hashr is called resurrection, when the people resurrect from the grave. If you look at the Arabic language, when we're discussing that Hashr, the people, they've been offloaded and now it's become overloaded on a place. But the problem of the Hashr time, you will be with your enemy on the same place, not your beloved one. You will be resurrected with your enemy so that you come for the court of Allah or you stand before Ad-Dayyan. Ad-Dayyan, it means the judge who was there while you're committing the crime. You call it Ad-Dayyan. So, أحصاه الله ونسوه. You forgot it, but Allah did not forget it. Good or bad? Good or bad? Sometimes you do some action and you don't feel that it's important. But maybe that small action there, the good one, it takes you to Jannah. One lady gave water to the dog. And that was the main act which Allah approved Jannah for her. And one lady look up the cat, and the cat dies. And it was the main act, take her to the fire of Jannah. So, you never know. So, أحصاه الله ونسوه. Allah wrote it down, and you forgot about it, and then وَبَدَى لَهُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ مَا لَمْ يَكُونُوا يَحْتَسِبُونَ. It will appear before them, before Allah, for them, something you never thought about it. The criminal can't remember what he did there. So one hair, pattern, piece of cloth, a piece of paper can let the police arrest you. Small screw in the aeroplane can bring the plane down and can off the light. Sometimes your car doesn't want to start because of fuse, 50 cents. So we never know. We never know which good deeds takes us to Jannah, which bad deed can take us to the fire of Jannah. We never know. That's why you make dua to Allah, may Allah accept, and may Allah forgive all your sin. Because sometimes we leave some small pen or some small screw, we never fix it in our life, and the problem can come. And the virus can attack your body from that little bit of open space, you never know. Sometimes you got gloves, but you forgot that it goes through your ears or your nails or any part of your body. Hisab, you will be questioned about Hisab, the Hisab, words and action. Many people think that Allah will question us about only deeds, the physical deed. No, your words are a'mal. Kalima shahada is a word, kufr is a word, talaq is a word, nikah is a word, Promise is a word. So don't think the words, the speech, the word is a small haram. No, it's counted. And the man, he said, Ya Rasulullah, anahnu mu'akhadhun. Well, we've been taken to task before Allah. By this word, he said, oh. And Nabi Muhammad was very disappointed for that question. He said, oh, don't you know, majority of the people go to Jahannam and drag on their face, يَكُبُّ النَّاسُ عَلَى وُجُوهِهِمْ, things which pushing people to walk on their faces on the fire of Jahannam, إِلَّا حَصَائِدَ أَلْسِنَتَهُمْ, only because of the harvest of their tongue. Harvest of the tongue, it means the collection of the tongue. You're sitting there telling my friends, my sons and my daughters, we love you. Chatting on the phone, we don't say halal or haram, but mind what you are writing because it's counted as words. And action also, because your finger, you are doing that. So there is a'mal, it's called a'mal of the tongue. As I told you, if someone wants to be a Muslim, so he reads kalima shahada, not doing kalima shahada. He must utter it. So that word come out from your mouth, it is a'mal. Right. Day of Qiyamah, they call it Al-Fadiha. Al-Fadiha, the day of exposing, the day of blackmail or scandal. Scandal. Why scandal? Your crime, your bad deeds will be shown in front of all the people of Hashr, including your family and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the pious people and all in your society. They call it Al-Fadiha, and we are unable to take it in our life here. Some people, before the scandal, he kill himself, or he ran away, or resign. But what about if that action, may Allah save you and I, all your secret and secret haram will be exposed ala ru'us al-ashhad, on the front of all those in the day of judgment. And then you got hadith regarding Al-Fadiha. Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said in the hadith that أَلَا لَا أَعْرِفَنَّ أَحَدًا مِّنْكُمْ, indeed I will never assist and recognize any one of you, يَأْتِي يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, he will come forward in the day of Qiyamah, بِبَعِيرٍ لَهُ رُغَاء, has a camel. We got that sound of the camel there. You see the camel when you make that sound. أو ببقرة لها خوار, maybe the cow also make that noise, mwah of the cow. أو بشاة لها ثغاء, or even a sheep. ثم يقول يا محمد يا محمد, oh help me Muhammad. Why that animal, it sound like that? To draw the attention of the people of Hashr, come and see your friend with his crime. They say we catch the crook with his crime. So now in that time was a camel and cow and sheep. Nowadays we got Mercedes-Benz, we got bicycle, we got aeroplane, we got land, and some narrations say he carry it on his shoulder. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from any haram which is going to expose us on a day of judgment, inshallah. Short break, we'll continue after the break. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, brothers and sisters in Islam. And once again, we say shukran jazilan that you tune into our program. And we'd like to say shukran for all those who send emails, SMSs, and phone calls. And we ask Rabbul Izzat Tabarak wa Ta'ala, may Allah grant us peaceful day of Qiyamah. May Allah grant us ease in dunya so that we can achieve that a reward of Allah on the day of Qiyamah and in the grave as well, inshallah. Now, when we talk about the day of Qiyamah, we're talking about the justice system of Allah. Right. The justice system of Allah, it won't be implemented till Allah give you the rules, criminalize some act and allow some act. Like here, they say, are you going to that country? Sign here that you have to be liable for the rules of the country. Drugs is not allowed. Wine is not allowed, to do this is not allowed. You give you a list here. So that religion like that, before Allah punish anyone, gave him the list of Sharia, list of rules. That's why when we teach someone about Islam, we tell him, look here, this is haram and this is halal. In any country, you got constitution. And then the court system take constitution and gave it to the police. And the police inform the people and teach the people, say, that is legal, this is illegal, this is criminalized, this one is not criminalized, like that. So the people or the citizen or the people there, they must know which one is haram and halal. You have to do this, you don't need to do that. So we call it if'al wa la taf'al, do and do not do. In Surah Al-Baqarah, you have 1,000 do. So now, if you read Surah Al-Baqarah, I know you already get about 1,000 do, command of Allah. So you must know the command of Allah and the prohibition, the haram, don't do. So now you know the constitution, you know the law. For every Nabi, you got his own sharia or his own law. So we as a Muslim, we can't just live like this without knowing the law. The madrasa, the masjid, the imam, our parents must tell you haram, halal, makruh, you mustahab, you do this, you do that. So we become aware. So we don't need to make mistake, and then we go to that court on akhirah. And then there is court in dunya also. There is court system in dunya. Why? For those who doesn't care about akhirah. Do not commit zina. You say, hey, the qiyamah is too far. All right, we're going to take you to a small qiyamah here. The Islamic law, Sharia law, they call it small qiyamah. We as a Muslim, we got a physical haram and we got internal haram, or they call it a mind haram or the heart haram. Sharia only interfere on the physical haram when it become an action. So someone hates you, there's no law for that. We'll wait for the last court day. أحصاه الله ونسوه. Someone is hypocrite, we can't do nothing. Someone has got a hypocrisy. So what must I do? Someone is arrogant. No, there's no punishment for that. Only on akhirah Allah will catch him. Only the Sharia law goes for a physical thing. You steal my car. Oh, now it's not a spiritual sin. This is a physical sin. You're doing action now. So action must be fixed with action. Now I got one friend, I don't know, when we talk about those who got abnormal sexuality. Now like the other guys who got sodomy or whatever they say, how come Islam give a very abnormal punishment? You throw him from what and what like that. What is that? Yeah, ugly act with ugly action. Yeah. Ugly act with ugly action. Finish. How come Islam cut the hand of the person? Because this man here want to cut the life of the whole family. I must work 30 days. Wake up after Fajr and I go to work. So I get my salary like this. Someone just wake up now. Then he put the gun here and take my salary. And then I must wait till the next month. Waiting for that one, no, that is unfair, my friend. You know how much shout I get from my boss? You know how much cold I get when I jump on the train or I walk on the rain, and then you get it easy like this? No, I will get you on the day of Qiyamah. What about this person doesn't believe on Qiyamah? What should we do now? This man doesn't believe on Qiyamah. You're going to get excited. All right, we'll bring Qiyamah to you. Now we'll bring it on advance. That's why the safety and security in Islam, it's very main topic. Safety and security. الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. Muslim and the people in society should not live on that fear. Yeah, we got fear of Allah, but what about fear? My neighbor supposed to look after my house. He jump and steal my washing and my... No. That is terrible system. We can't wait till the day of Qiyamah. So, Islam give the people security, give them law, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it. Right. Now when we talk about minor sin and major sin, one of the major sin is the qatl, killing. A person decide to end the life of other person easy like that. In Islam, you're not allowed to kill the animal which is not allowed to kill. Like you walk in the street and you just kill the cat. What did the cat do? Is that the cat in the list of the dangerous animal? We don't kill. Even you slaughter the cat, it's a crime. because it's not on the list of the halal animal. So you leave the cat alone. So now you just walk on the street like this and you break the branch of the tree. Why? I'm just playing. You see, no, you can't do that. So we got rules that every life must be protected. Bil haqq is the truth. You just don't go and end the life of the people like that. That's why we said to the brother, anyone who save life, especially doctors, nurses, those who try to help people to survive, فَكَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا, as he gave life to the entire mankind. You find a cat trapped on the water, on the mud, and you pull out the cat like this and you wash it and give food, Allah will prepare for you Jannatul Firdaus. Why? Because you did save a soul. Look at how much reward saving a small dog on the water. You will get Jannatul Firdaus. Not only saving, we're not allowed to torture the animal, physically or spiritually. To slaughter sheep in front of other sheep or chicken, to show the animal the knife, it's a crime on Islam. It is a crime. To change the shape of the animals, it's a crime on Islam. You cut the ears, they call it wasam. To cut the tail, or you try to play with the genes of the animal, it's a crime. It's mal'oon, curse. Curse of Allah, the one who changed the shape and the form of the animal. Right. So keeping the people's life is a main thing in Islam. Unless it's the animal Allah allow us to slaughter. So this one, I never take the soul. I practice the command of Allah to use it for me. Someone killed an eye for an eye, no problem. But there's no eye for an eye till we ask the family of that murderer, that the one who been murdered, can you give him half, take the blood money? We try first, and then if he said, it's like that. Anyhow, this one here, it's called prevention, strict law, so that you can live in safety and security. And the greatest thing, trust me, brother and sister in Islam, if you feel secure. Psychological security and physical security in society, you have no worry at all. So they call it future security, financial security, health security, society, social security, family security. You love that. Amn is a great ni'mat of Allah. If you live in a country and you have that peace and safety, you are lucky. Why? Because Allah, amongst the favor upon His people, the creation of Allah, that He give them safety. الذي أطعمهم من جوع, filled the stomach, وآمنهم من خوف. Stealing, it's a main, robbery is a main major sin in Islam. Then after murdering, immediately you got the sariqah. Sariqah means stealing. So it's a fasad fil ard, it's a corruption on earth. You mustn't take the belongings of someone because you're changing his life, you waste his effort. No, he's rich, he's what? It's not your business. Allah, the one who give the share to the people. Right. Especially highway robbery. Highway robbery is, I got here a big bayan about highway robbery. Because in a road, we call him Ibn Sabil, the Musafir, the traveler. He's under the care of Allah. So if you look at this one who robbed the people, not on the highway, on a plane, maybe he did make a secret plane, we cut his hand. But this one here, highway robbery, we call him fasadun fil ard. That is a real corruption. So we punish him in a very ugly way. Why? Because he's doing an ugly act. Someone and his wife and his children driving at night and someone stopped them and kidnapped and raped. No, that is not a normal robbery or killing. It's, they call it qat'u al-tariq. Right. The other thing also, zina. Now the people say the man is happy and the women are happy, so let them. We say, no, you can't. Why? Offspring, your children, they must come from a legal channel. There's nothing, it's called this child come out of pleasure. We're very happy and then the baby come. No. It's a long story to make baby, long story. Quran and Sharia made it very clear. You go from the front door, you pay the mahar, or they call it in South Africa, libola. Don't touch till you get it in the authority from Allah. Nakahtuha wa qabiltuha, and you have to announce that. System of marriage in Islam is amazing. Don't touch, don't try till you buy, they call it. You can use this. You know, how am I going to know her, Sheikh? You will never know her. In the time of engagement, yeah, you will never know. Become his own cousin, they grow up together, they know each other after marriage, not now. They say 7 years, you will know your wife. After marriage. Because life on engagement time, because you know my cameraman is already engaged and he's only getting married. So we congratulate him. Engagement time, everyone you got a fake relationship. It's not a real, it's not based on reality. I'm going to buy for you an aeroplane and I'm going to live. They come to the ladies, the girl's house for 2 hours, 3 hours. You must fight with his mother. No. A real reality of marriage is going to be after nikah, not before. You will never know your girl till you marry her. So why you want to commit a sin before? Because it won't help. The other thing also, after 30 years, you discover that this man is not my father. Oh, I came from the illegal way, become a legitimate children. No, that is also another crime, another problem in our society. Children must know who's his father. Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah, our Muslim community, we are 100% sure that our children are our children. So we can make a proper affidavit that this one is mine. Don't worry about the eyes and look like me. No, my wife fear Allah, I fear Allah, so this is my child. We can be 100% sure that our children are our children because of that marriage system and that way of life, how to protect virginity in Islam. It's very important, very important. No touch till with the permission of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala and authority from Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Then we're 100% sure that our children like that, clean. And I tell you something. The biggest problem nowadays, when we heard that son killed the parents, a real son would never have heart to kill his mom and dad, unless he's mad or something. So, marriage system, the surah in Quran is called Surah An-Nur, will talk about that. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala discussed that issue in a beautiful way in surah. It's called Surah An-Nur. You must read that Surah An-Nur and understand it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala safeguard the Muslim ummah from any corruption or any major sin and minor sin, inshallah. Short break, we'll continue after the break. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, brothers and sisters in Islam. And once again, we thank you that you tune into our program. On behalf of my cameraman, my sound engineer, and our editors, and all our friends behind the camera, we say shukran jazilan. May Allah reward you that you're tuning always to our program and our ITV channel, inshallah. Before the break, I was talking about the safety and security, and Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala gave us a beautiful Sharia. Anyone who dislikes Sharia, it means he doesn't like to discipline himself and he likes to be free and to do whatever desire asks him to do. So anyone who doesn't like the constitution or the law, it means he's willing to disobey the law. And we as a Muslim, we accept the Sharia of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, the amazing Sharia. Sharia gave the lawmakers hard time because whenever they're stuck, they say what the Muslims say. I was sitting with some brother and he's not a Muslim. And he tell us, you know, when the legislation, the lawmakers, when they're stuck, they don't know how to solve that problem because the crime becomes so common and you got so many new issues happen in this world, the human mind can't fix it. Can't fix it. Too much crime, too much mistake and error. Tell the lawmakers, they can't catch it. They don't know because the lawmakers must be khaliq, must be the creator so that you know all the broader picture or the big picture. Before, in some religion, divorce was not allowed. You say, how come? They become one soul, one body, the 11 sickness, the 11 death, the 11 happiness and sadness, they become one soul. What about, are they one soul for real or two souls? Right. What about if this lady hates that man? She doesn't love him anymore. We cannot keep you with a friend for 2 hours. You want to run away. Some bad friend, you want to run away from them. You can't keep two people. Our friends, they are not with us 24 hours days, even when we love them. You play, and then you walk away. So how come you're going to tie one woman with a chain of hatred, with one man, she doesn't like him, and then you say you must live together? That exactly like you take the horse to the river and you hit the horse must drink water. Impossible. And that is the biggest crime in Islam, when you force someone to marry someone. That actually the nikah is not valid. Or you force someone to separate from his beloved wife. Pressure on divorce is not allowed. So what happened, brothers and sisters in Islam? These people, they discover something. They discover that adultery, cheating, betraying the husband, crime, killing, hatred, life is not running well, there's no harmony. So what do? Now they approve the divorce. But so we are right, 1,400 years ago, we believe that there is something, it's called solution of marriage, it's called talaq, divorce. But for certain rules, after long procedure, you do that. Not easy like that. The biggest ibadah ever, parents can do it for their children, when you ask the children, do you like that man or not? And then you let your daughter marry the one she loves. You give nasiha. If you're not happy with that boy, you give advice on what, but hub, that love, they must go. If that boy wrong, she choose wrong. There's enough punishment for her. So the greatest ibadah, to let your wife love you and you love your wife. The greatest ibadah, when you bring the muhabba to the community. If you read the hub, you'll find that Deen Islam is based on love. But love doesn't give you regret in the day of judgment. Right. The other thing also, in the day of Qiyamah, we're talking about the day of Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will punish you about dirty and corrupting a reputation of human being. Now zina, you're corrupting the body and offspring. Now the reputation. Accusing a person of zina. You know, this is called major sin. Auntie so-and-so, I saw her with this one, I think they make zina or they're committing adultery. You know how heavy is this word? Why? Because in our community, in this world, people like a parrot, his brain is here in the ears. All the propaganda against Islam is because of the media. People, you got neighbors living together for 20 years. We have no problem with that Muslim neighbor at all. And then they write there on the front page of the newspaper, Muslims are terrorists. You say, yeah, it's terrorists. Why? I heard it on radio, or I read it on the newspaper, or I saw it on TV. People nowadays, they're getting their information from the media. But we know that the media is also, like any industry, can be corrupted. So what I'm trying to say, uttering the word of accusation to someone is very difficult to fix it again and to bring the reputation back to normal. Even if the person get involved in drugs, and then Allah give him shifa and he recovered again, now you tell him, yeah, the former drug man. Or the gangsters or the people of zina, our community, big problem. So Allah counted that, they call it qazf and rami. Rami, to shoot someone, to throw it to someone, and qazf, you accuse someone. A married woman, got children, father, mother, and husband, got two family, her own family and in-laws, and you just speak bad that she committing zina. You know the community will take it from you, and then it will break the dignity of this lady or the honor of this woman. So, qazf, ird, dignity is very important. Actually, is the main maqsad of Sharia, the Islamic law, come to protect the ird. Every lady is pure and chaste and protected until you bring the proof. And that proof must be for witness. For witness. And that witness must be udul. It must have a good reputation. It must get a good reputation. No, you can't get any witness like that. And then he must see. He had to see the crime. 4 of them. They must see that. Never happened. Never happened that 4 people did see one man and woman doing that, because the man and woman won't wait to collect 4 people. What I'm trying to say, Allah made it very difficult to protect the honor of the Muslim women. We got some Muslims, they don't know how serious is this. Something is called Rami and Qazf, because they think that we are talking. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, I saw auntie what with that money. I think they make, you know how serious is that issue. Then now if you are unable to bring the 4 witnesses, we will lash you, not them. We will lash you because we want to teach you a discipline. Stop accusing the people and judging the people. Stop acting like God or acting like a judge in front of the people. Another thing, something is called baghi. What is baghi? Zulm. A very painful sin, and the taste of zulm and oppression doesn't go away. Millions of people, they're crying now because of injustice. In different level, from the country level up to the small company or husband and wife. Especially when you expect justice from that person. How many sons, they got a broken heart because of parents? How many parents, they got also that pain of injustice in their heart because of the child? How many workers, they feel that he did not get paid well or his effort being destroyed? So zulm in Islam is major sin. And Allah promised the zalim must be punished in dunya first. Can't wait for akhirah. Allah hastened to punish him. Then la yamutu zalim. There's no zalim will die till Allah revenge from him here. Why? To bring the system of dunya to normal. Can't leave the zalim, the oppressor, doing that and then must wait in the day of judgment. No, we fix him in here. And ittaqu da'wat al-mazlum. Be careful of the prayer and the dua of the oppressed person, because it has no veil between it and Allah tabarak wa ta'ala, and Allah promised to fulfill it, to bring it to action in his life, that person. وَعِزَّتِي وَجَلَالِي لَأَنصُرَنَّكِ وَلَوْ بَعْدَ حِينٍ. Allah said, I made qasam with my power and mighty power and my dignity and my honor that I will support you and I help you soon or later. Soon or later. So you zalim, expect that the punishment of Allah, the hitting of Allah can come min haythu la tahtasib. And I don't know, you find sometimes some calamity happen to you, say, what did I do? Maybe you are zalim, my friend. No, for what? I never oppress you. No, you oppress yourself. You oppress the animal. Maybe you are unfair with your children. Make dua that Allah forgive us for any type of injustice we've done it in our life. Another thing also, we got something it's called fasad, corruption. Fasad is corruption. Everyone born pure and clean, very good born, very good insan. Then parents will interfere, society will interfere, the teacher will interfere, the media will interfere. So there is a blank page and then people are writing on it. Sometimes you write good or sometimes you write bad. So someone married a pure and clean woman, lived in certain society and family. She never done this, she never wore this, she never said this. And this man, because of he claimed that he's teaching her civilization, she must be modern, she must match the lifestyle. So the lady tried to take off the hijab, and then she act funny and what, till that man corrupted the nature of Allah, or polluting the clean water. You see, they say the water, it's called natural resort. Just leave it as is. The bird must not be hunted, leave it like that. Brothers and sisters in Islam, ask yourself, how many people corrupted you and how many people you corrupted them? فساد فأكثروا فيها الفساد فصب عليهم ربك صوت عذاب إن ربك لبالمرصاد. Talking about the people of Ad. This ayah, just go to the English Quran and see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking about those who make fasad. أكثروا فيها الفساد فصب عليهم ربك صوت عذاب إن ربك لبالمرصاد. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from any corruption. May Allah bring us back to the nature of Allah tabarak wa ta'ala, or the deen of Allah, the fitrat of Allah tabarak wa ta'ala. Unfortunately, my time is up. We'll continue inshallah next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله ما لنا رب سواه